Hey, shalom, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, call hello, Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahushua, Ba'ashim, Karwadash. Alright, double honors go out to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone, who deserve double honors and who rule well. Salutations also go out to the fellow Akim out there on the highways and byways, pushing this truth with all honesty and sincerity. Alright, across four corners of the earth. Alright, trying to wake up the remaining, hopefully elect. I'm going to read this disclaimer because I'm going to use a video as a teaching tool. Under section 107, alright, it says copyright disclaimer. Under section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, there is an allowance for fair use of copyrighted material for such purposes as education, research, scholarship, criticism, news reporting, comment, and teaching. Fair use copyright disclaimer refers to the use allowed by the copyright statute, which would otherwise be looked at as an infringement. Alright, I'm not looking to profit off of this whatsoever. It's just used for teaching purposes only. This is why we tell you, or try to, while we're out there on the highways and byways, alright, if you're expecting any kind of justice from your enemies, you are a fool. We, as a people, have been in this piece of shit country long before its official inception. Alright? Being abused in all manner of ways. We fought in every war. We've been loyal. How am I going to say this? Religiously so. After all of this, and I still, when I say this, I'm thinking of that story about Stalin's chicken. I didn't want to go into it, but that's a good example about Jake and his loyalty to this fucking America. Alright, I'll leave that to you to look that up. Oh man. And yet this shit is what they're considering. See, they control the narrative, so the thing is, why should we pay for slavery? The way it's worded, people are thinking that, well, that ended in 1865. No one was alive. That's why they can say that with a straight face. No one was alive then. But no, it's deeper than that. What about everything that happened as a result of that, but happened afterwards? And that's what they don't want to address. But this is what we're talking about. I have all these books here because one of the big lies they tell is, we work for everything that we got. Not taking into account all the wealth that was generated through our labor, which we got nothing for. In the instance of after chattel slavery ended, our people built towns and settlements. What did you do? You found some excuse, no matter how small. In instances in books like these, 100 Years of Lynching, at the hands of persons unknown, and other books, our people would ask for a cup of water, lynch them. Look at someone that's the wrong way, lynch them. And you want to call somebody violent. See, if you're not in the frame of mind that you want this motherfucker, this country, gone from the face of the earth because of its wickedness and because of its history with our people, and that includes the natives, alright, the tribes of Gad and Reuben, which were mislabeled Native American Indians. Indian means savage. Your other Northern Kingdom brothers below the so-called Rio Grande, Mexico, on down to Argentina. Those are all native. Those that are native, all Israelites. Yeah. And here we go with this. Let's go ahead and roll this. Republicans push to block funding for reparation states. Here we go.
Black folks so much that they are willing to sponsor a bill that if a state, a county, or even a municipality, if they give a penny of money to black people in the guise or under the guise of reparations, it should eliminate all federal funding from ever coming to that entire state forever. Put up the picture. I mean, that's some hate. Texas Republicans in the House are not simply threatening the loss of federal funding for lawmakers who support reparations for black residents. They have now introduced a bill to do just that. The 13 co-sponsored bill introduced by Brian Babin would prohibit the federal government from providing financial assistance or bailouts to states, local counties, or municipalities if they support reparation laws that are associated with descendants of slaves. Now remember, in the bill itself, it makes the distinction. We're not talking about reparations. We're only talking about reparations as it relates to descendants of slaves. But they're not racist. This is one of the most insane bills, and that's saying something in this era.
And yet, for the last year and 5 months now, they've been sending all kinds of money, all right, and aid over to a country that's known to be so corrupt. And let's call it for what it is. This is nothing more than an excuse to funnel money, more money, to those people that are pretending to be us. Alright? Because it's that country where initially, they were driven up to. Alright? Between the Black and Caspian Seas. That bottleneck that goes all up into Georgia, present day Kiev and Ukraine, all that area. Alright? Same nasty, degenerate scum that are in the land of Israel now pretending to be us. They're even, when they come here, they're giving them Social Security. Alright? All kinds of help. But the people that have been here, the people that have been through so much shit at their hands and their ancestors. Alright? Nope. Nothing. And I remember something. This is nothing new. Nothing new. That's why Revelation 11, let's get it real quick, where it talks about spiritual Sodom and Egypt and the parallels. That's why I got Exodus 1st chapter up here. Built them treasure cities and all that. This is, let's see, here it is, verse 8. And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified. Alright, see there? Aware of what's going on with us. You know, this awakening. All right. But the thing is, this is, and that's why I make this reference in some of my videos about the goose that laid the golden egg. What do you do with it? The same as in Egypt and any all other captivities that we've been in. We have been, all right, the thing that made those countries great. Hence the slogan that Trump used, "Make America Great Again." Well, how was it made great in the first place? See, drawing those connections. So here he goes. No, we don't want to give them nothing. Fuck them. Why? Because they know that if I say that were to pass, how many of us would get the fuck out of Dodge? Not saying that it wouldn't do any good for us to leave, just saying the simple fact that a lot of us would. What is that going to do? This, let me get it, is what I'm talking about. Let's see. Here it is. The goose that laid the golden eggs. That's what we are to these motherfuckers. Alright? Because the goose that laid the golden eggs is a well-known phrase derived from one of the classical writer Aesop's best-known fables. A fable, of course, is a short story with a moral, and the story usually involves animals. All right? It says, it goes into the story of a man and his wife who owned a goose which laid a golden egg every day. All right? You got to understand, they make money off of us in so many ways. And you have a people that are so loyal, like I was going into. And I brought up the issue of Stalin's chicken. Again, look it up. But in short, I can do anything and everything to these people, and they're still going to be dependent upon me. They're going to support me. All right, and that's part of the curses. But what makes you think they want that to end? It says, so they coat up on the goose, killing it. However, to their disappointment, they discovered that the inside of the bird was like any other goose and was not made of gold. In killing the goose that laid the golden eggs, they had deprived themselves of a regular source of gold. So like in ancient Egypt, do you think they want to let us go out? No, that's enough of that. Made the point. We're their meal ticket. They exploit us in so many ways, like I was just saying. Now everybody else, they're so quick to, they'll bring people over here, and people will say, well, they bring the best over here, even from Africa, as far as students. They end up, getting ahead, but their excuse is, we've done so much. We know you haven't. You've kept us, and I've got these books here, How White Folks Got So Rich, which I try to keep on me just in case, there were a moment arises. All right. They're always so quick to say, well, we worked hard. No, you didn't. You had others work hard for you. And you pass that wealth down. All right. But each time we tried to, because after chattel slavery, we built settlements and towns for ourselves to get the fuck away from you. And what did you do? Couldn't have that. So along with local law enforcement and other higher ups in government, you destroyed our towns, killed our people, maintaining the status quo. You came up with all kinds of bullshit, petty laws, so we would go back in, or at least go in the system if we weren't, All right, so you would have your free labor that way. All this is documented. Look it up. That was the formation of the prison industrial complex. That's in this book too. All the ways they came at us to keep us, from, won't take too much longer. All right, to gain any type of foothold, generate any kind of wealth that we could pass down. All right, and then these other people come in, immigrants. All right, and that's part of the curses. You know, they get over us. That's Deuteronomy 28, starting at 43. All right, you allow them, because a lot of them are speaking out now, you allow them to profit off of us. Meanwhile, they take the money out there in the suburbs. That's another way to deprive us of generating any kind of, because money just leaves. All right, let's go ahead and see what else this piece of shit is proposing.
You will hear. There's more. According to Babin's bill, the U.S. government, including the Federal Reserve System and independent agencies, may not provide any loan, any grant, or other form of financial assistance to the government of any state or political subdivision thereof, or any agency or instrumentality of such a state or political subdivision that enacts into law any program providing reparations on the basis of what? Slavery. Slavery. Or race, or ethnicity, national origin, or historical practices related thereto. Related to what? Slavery. That's it. Just black people. He should have just said it. We don't want Negroes getting nothing. So anything related to Negroes and money, they can't get it, or your whole state gets no money from us. As if it's their money in the first place. You realize that black people pay taxes, right? You do realize that our allies pay taxes, right? And that those who are adversely impacted, well, you're also deciding to adversely impact individuals that may even support you. It is insanity on top of insanity, as I say. But there's more. American taxpayers, according to him, should not be forced to pay for radical, race-based reparation payments to please the woke left. Babin told Fox News. My bill ensures that government entities enacting reparation laws based on race, ethnicity, national origin, or slavery cannot receive federal bailouts, Babin said. America actually likes reparations and bailouts. We've given reparations to Native Americans, not to the tune that they deserve. We've given reparations to many groups, including the Japanese and Jews. We've given bailouts to banks, car industries. But as soon as the conversation starts, and I mean conversation because the only thing we really have is a commission to study reparations. Now, we can't even get that funded. A commission to study reparations has caused a new commission of Republicans to say everybody who engages in this type of action will have the federal government oppose them. Isn't it ironic that the same party who once told us they are for small government, that they do not want the federal government or other big government taking over small local jurisdictions, are doing just that as it relates to stopping black folk from receiving any form of reparations at all? There's more. Let's put it up. Seemingly an act of retaliation. The bill comes after Texas representative introduces a bill to commission, study, and develop reparations proposals for black residents. Other states and cities have already taken steps toward reparations via proposals, discussions of logistics and cash amounts, and some have already paid money. California has finalized a proposal for reparations for black residents. Evanston, Illinois has already paid some money to residents with its restorative housing fund. The fund allocates $25,000 worth of housing improvements, mortgage assistance, or down payments to black residents who lived in Evanston between 1919 and 1969. You have colleges who have engaged in very similar practices, but those colleges were built by black folk who could not reap the benefits of their labor. Keep in mind, please, reparations is not a handout. Reparations is a debt settle. is what it should be. I want you to look at this historically. The labor that was forced should have been paid labor. Even if they labored and received a barter agreement, it should have been compensated. But because it was not, my great, 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 great grandfather, who was enslaved in this country, died with nothing. His wife died with nothing, separated, ripped from him. If they would have been compensated, they would have had land and money to pass to that generation. That generation would have had land and money to pass to the next, and so on. Black folk are in this routine of systematic dysfunction.
Yeah, that's just what it is.
None of us
And
signed up for it.
and they know this.
Cities like San Francisco, Providence, Rhode Island are considering redress for black residents. San Francisco has discussed $5 million one-time cash payments for residents, while Providence is considering grant funding instead of direct cash payments. And because of these conversations, all of a sudden, they want to shut the entire damn government down per state who engages in such conversations and enact policies to support reparations of black people only.
This is why, let me stop it. This is why Revelation 13 and 10, that should be the only type of reparation that you should. But let's see here, for those that want to go down that road, you have to ask yourself this question. A lot of you don't know who you're dealing with, all right? But this is who you're dealing with. It says, judge me, O Most High, and plead my cause against an ungodly nation. Against an ungodly nation. All right. Strong's H 2623. Kasiyad. All right, properly kind, that is, religiously, pious, a saint, godly. This is just the opposite. All right. He can't if he wanted to. He is a, what you call a contrary, the so-called white man. Against an ungodly nation, oh, deliver me from the deceitful and unjust man. Strong's H 4820. Marama, deceiving, fraud, craft, deceit, false, guile, subtlety, treachery. This is who you're dealing with. And you have the nerve to expect any kind of justice from a piece of shit like this? How, or I should say, what else does he have to do to prove that he hates our guts, the very sight of us? You got to remember also, all right, we are a constant reminder of his fuck up. Remember Habakkuk 2 and 16. Let's get that real quick. All right, because he portrayed himself as the initial definition there. When it goes to ungodly, it said the opposite, talking about pious as in godly. This is how he portrayed himself throughout the world ever since the days of Columbus. All right, and even before that with, you know, the Roman Catholic Church, all that. All right, let's see. Oh yeah, Habakkuk 2. Go straight to the point. It says, thou art filled with shame for glory. Yeah. You enjoyed demigod status in the earth, especially after World War II. What is this? These motherfuckers got weapons like this? You know, Revelation 13 caused fire to come down from heaven. Oh my goodness. thou art filled with shame for glory, drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. All the wickedness that you've done, especially to our people. All that you tried to suppress or you thought that would never resurface. Yeah, you created, supposedly, the engine by which all this got out. The internet. But of course we know that this is the Most High behind all this. The ultimate chess player. Alright? The cup of the Most High Yahweh's right hand shall be turned unto thee. Lamentations 4:21 and 22. And shameful spewing shall be on thy glory. Simply put, what goes around comes around. It's your turn. Also the book of Obadiah. Read that. Alright. Ending, of course, at verse 18. And it's so ironic. A whole lot of poetic justice in that too. How are you going to be taken out? You wanted to fake a Holocaust? Well, can't say the Most High doesn't have a sense of humor. All right, let's continue on. A little bit left.
Yasmin, thoughts?
Yeah, this is my congressperson, Brian Babin. And for the record, no, I did not vote for him. Babin, he is a dentist. He's a Trump supporter. He voted to overturn the 2020 election results. He's terrible. And it makes sense that he would do something like this. But the thing about Texas politicians is that they love to do these things in the dark. They love to act secretly because they hate to deal with any kind of backlash. Babin's district doesn't represent Houston specifically, just a small part at the bottom, but it is Houston adjacent. And Houston has a major black population, and we do have a history of slavery in and around Houston. We don't talk about it very often, but we do. The bigger problem here is that Babin isn't doing this because he's worried about, say the logistics of something like reparations. That's a conversation. That's a conversation that's worth having. That's the conversation that we are trying to have. And he's doing this because he doesn't even want that conversation to take place in the first place. And he wants to make sure that no one else can have the conversation, whether or not he's a part of it. It's really terrible.
It's insane. But we are here now.
Sorry about Babin. We tried to get him voted out, but it's really difficult.
Well, I think hopefully now some more.
Yeah. That's another thing. Our people, you trust in oppression. You trust in this system that has done nothing but oppress us. All right. But again, this is from, let's see if you can see it there. The Dirty Little Secrets About Black History, Its Heroes, and Other Troublemakers. All right. Dr. Claude Anson. And in here, if you have a chance, if you can freeze that, the last bottom that's, highlighted in orange. All right, for all those that think, you can succeed through economics. It says in 1860, all right, black Americans owned and controlled approximately 1/2 of 1% of the nation's wealth. By 1990, blacks own and control 1 1/2% of the nation's wealth. So we've just been treading water. All right, that's the whole point. Keep you dependent. All right. Read this book, 100 Years of Lynching, and especially this one, How White Folks Got So Rich. All the bullshit, the thievery, the murder, the land grabs, all this, and they have the nerve to come out. Well, we worked hard. This place got to go. And now, thankfully, it's being revealed what you're talking about America, what it's truly about. Now they're trying to push this doctrine or this agenda of homosexuality throughout the whole world. This is where it's coming from. And ultimately that, when you get into this gender bender shit, that comes out of the Talmud. Yeah. All right. It's them folks. Because they're the ones that the earth was given into. It says Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. They are the wicked. So a lot is being revealed in this day and time, and it's so beautiful because we can see the light at the end of the tunnel. And it's like, please, Lord, please, 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 you know, please end this. All right? And we know things are speeding up. Hell, it's almost like you take a nap. It's some like a Rip Van Winkle shit. All right? Time is going by so fast. But in any case, I hope that all who view this is edified, of course. This is what we do here at Great Millstone. Filter everything through the scriptures so thereby you'll have, all right, an idea of the time that you're in. And you should know by now that time is very short. We're seeing these prophecies, all right, and we're in the phase now where the most important one is coming about in the form of the sea hilt, all right. So with that, until the next video, shalom.